All right, YouTube, this is Detroit's HPTV back at you with another video coming out of Detroit. I know over the weekend we had a lot of politics and a lot of news, but now it's time to get down to what really went on in these Democratic ran cities and this country under Joe Biden rule. Let's see the lawlessness, the underreporting of all the violence in these major cities. Did they tell you how many mass shootings happened over this weekend in these Democratic ran cities? Oh, the usual suspects was there. Chicago outdone theyself. Detroit outdone theyself. Kentucky, Philly. The violence was at an astronomical proportion. And it goes underreported because who really cares what happens in the hood, what happens in black communities, what happens outside of the social elites' global agenda? I'm not going to hold you any longer. I want you to see this. And I want you to think about what you're saying. This for fair use in the 1976 Copyright Act for education and commentary. Watch this just over the last couple of days.
Brian, thank you, sir. We are working to learn more as police are investigating a shooting on Rosany Drive on Detroit's east side. This is a live look near Anvil Avenue. The investigation is still in the very early stages, but as you can see, there is a pretty decent police presence there. Some MSP, some Detroit investigators as well. We're still trying to work to learn how many victims there were, as well as what caused all of this. As soon as we know more information, we will pass it along to you. Michigan.
This is what they were showing you in Detroit. It was 21 people shot. 2 of them lost their lives. Now let's look at Chicago.
Overnight, Chicago police say a 26-year-old man was shot and killed on the city's south side. Overnight, Chicago police say a 26-year-old man was shot and killed on the city's south side. Officers tell us the man was walking with a woman near 21st in Michigan just after 11 last night when a white SUV pulled up and someone inside fired several shots. The man was shot several times and died later at a hospital. The 25-year-old woman who he was with was also shot in the leg, but will be okay. So far, no one is in custody. About 3 hours earlier, a woman was hurt when she was caught in the crossfire. A shooting happened near 46th and Michigan in the city's Bronzeville neighborhood. Chicago police say the woman was inside her car when an SUV pulled up and someone inside began firing shots at another vehicle. The 39-year-old woman was hurt in the shoulder. At last check, the victim was in good condition. So far, no one is in custody.
It's been a deadly weekend in Chicago. Chicago police say 84 people have been shot since Wednesday evening. At least 16 of those victims were killed. An emergency services assistance center is scheduled to open Tuesday to support people impacted by violence during.
Did y'all know that? That 21 people were shot in Detroit and 2 of them lost their lives. 84 people in Chicago, 16 lost their lives. Let's listen to some more.
The holiday weekend. That will be at Fosco Park on Racine Avenue in Little Italy. It will be open from 3:30 in the afternoon until 7 in the evening.
Watch breaking news on YouTube. Subscribe to ABC7 Chicago Eyewitness News.
Let's see what happened in Philadelphia.
It was a violent 4th of July holiday in Chicago, marked by more than 50 shootings throughout the city.
Later, within another half an hour, through their networking, they were able to
Happened and the investigation. Here's what we can tell you. One person was killed, 20 years old. He was rushed to the hospital, pronounced dead. This happened last night, South Salford Street, but near where they are now. Let's listen.
I say anything about the facts of last night's mass shooting in this community, and before any broader thoughts, I want to say something to the people of King Sessi. The pain and the trauma that you are feeling right now, it's not normal. And you shouldn't have to get used to it. I don't want you to think that we in this city are ever going to get used to it. Each and every one of you in this community, the mothers, the fathers, the daughters, the sons, the grandfathers and grandmothers who are raising grandchildren in this neighborhood, doing the best they can with what they have to try to ensure that their young people, their families are living the best quality of life as possible. This is not normal. Facts about last night. Police Commissioner Bethel is going to talk about the police, and he's going to give you all of the data and the facts about that. But I want you to know that throughout the evening in King Sessi, last evening, the Philadelphia Police Department was tracking something that is called a pop-up event. And it was moving from location to location, even in different neighborhoods. Now, a pop-up event, and this is important for parents to know and to understand. A pop-up event is an event that is advertised on social media. It's usually a music event where people see an ad on something like Instagram, and it tells them where to go. So the location is in the pronouncement on social media. Also last night, the Philadelphia Police Department officers were also dispersing at least one large crowd of juveniles at one point in the evening from a location that was near 60th and King Sessi. At approximately 11:30 p.m., an officer on patrol discovered that there was an individual who was lying on the highway in King Sessi near Salford Street. That individual is no longer with us. Other officers arrived. They discovered 8 other individuals were shot, and they transported them to the hospital. Again, Police Commissioner Bethel, he's going to give you the details associated with that activity. In recent days, and we've said this accurately so, we know that homicides are declining here in the city of Philadelphia, and they're down 41%, and shootings are down 41% as well. But if anybody thinks that we can look at those stats and celebrate here in the city of Philadelphia like we have tackled, like we have found the solution, the magic wand to address the...
That's not all. At least they're giving more information about what's going on in Philly. Now check this one out. This way down here in Kentucky.
Ask us, why are we able to put in teeth the next day when wouldn't that?
Developing today, 4 people are dead, along with the suspect who shot them, and 3 others are hospitalized after that shooting. Developing today, 4 people are dead, along with the suspect who shot them, and 3 others are hospitalized after that shooting at a birthday party in Florence, Kentucky. Florence police responded to a home on Ridgecrest Drive there just before 3 this morning. Now, when officers arrived, they found 7 people with gunshot wounds. Shane Miller, Hayden Rabicki, Delaney Uri, and Melissa Parrott were all pronounced dead at that scene. Police say the group was gathered at the house for Parrott's 21-year-old son's birthday party. 3 other people were taken to the hospital where police say they are in critical condition.
Our hearts and prayers go out to the families of the victims, and we're really hoping to support them in any way that we can as a department, as a city. We've never dealt with this before. I know it's going on throughout the nation, but this is the first time that we've had a mass shooting in Florence.
And Florence police say they were able to quickly locate the suspect, who was identified as 21-year-old Chase Garvey. He fled the scene in a car. Police say Garvey was known to the people at the party. Officers say after a short chase, Garvey's car left the roadway and came to rest in a ditch. Police say they found him in the car with a self-inflicted gunshot wound. He was taken to the hospital, where he later died.
I'm gonna ask you: do you even think that that's all of what's going on? That's just a little bit of the violence and things that's going on in this country. I was watching a podcast earlier today where they was talking about how Latin gangs have started arming immigrants and how they feel like at some point in time the communities will clash. You know what I mean? And there's a government aspect to stacking people and arming people and making people fight for resources that will only create more and more violence. Do we really have the luxury of not having unity or not sticking together? Because every day the country gets more dangerous and they give you more and more distractions. You can look into more of these stories and see the ins and out of the details. I'm talking about with rappers like Julio Fulio losing their life. It's all kind of chaos. Or is it a conspiracy? See, a lot of you people in the black community, your children are destroying each other. Single parent homes and the destruction of the nuclear family has destroyed the cohesiveness for the community, and your children are destroying each other. While at the same time, you're being replaced in a workforce, and another foreign group of children is coming into your community. And do you think that with the rate that your children destroy each other, that you could withstand an external threat? Because there is no brown, yellow, red, and black unity. We unite as Americans. See, that's where they have tricked you into race baiting and gender politics to keep you divided in the face of all these dangers. I hope it's not all doom and gloom, but I had to show you some of these stories too. Tell me what you think in the comments about what's going on. This is Detroit's HPTV coming to you out of Detroit. Like, share, and subscribe. As always, salute to all patriots. Keep your head on a swivel. Peace.